All right, so in this video, I want to look at, once I'm working, how do I go about then stylizing things and changing them up? So as I look at this, I want to move this down and I want to create more of a visual difference between the left and the right column. So what I'm going to do is come on in and go to CSS Designer, and I can do some of this just by working. So I'm going to come right to the right column, and right now I'm in live view, and I want to add more of a margin to the top. So this is really nice because I can see it move on down. And I want it to line up, but maybe line more closer up to this image, so the About Us is really the focus. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add a background color, and I'm thinking I'm going to pull the color from right up in here, and maybe I'll even add a drop shadow. So in order to do that, I find the best way to do that is I could come on in and I could start typing and find and add a background color. But what I like to do is actually go through the properties window and access it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on in here, and I need to click somewhere in the right column, and then on my properties window when I'm in CSS, I'll get the option to edit the rule. Now I want to come to background, and I'm going to choose a background color, and I'm going to grab the eyedropper and I'm going to click right on here. I'm going to hit OK, OK, and there we have it. Excellent. Now, as I'm in here too, I can see that I definitely want to add a little bit of padding. And I'm really feeling like I want to actually change all the type color to the color that's up in here. So let's go about doing that. So again, I'm going to come on in, and one more time, I'm going to click on into here, and I'm going to, again, edit my rule. I'm going to pull this on over, I'm going to come to this box, and I'm going to add some padding. And I'm going to put in 10. Let's see what happens. I'm going to hit apply. Okay. All right, so let's see what happened here. Let me come on up, hit OK, and see where we are with this. Okay, now what happened, and this is a really good thing to look at, is it popped out. And that's because the pixels that I added on weren't enough space for it to fit over here. So I need to work with the size of this. I'm going to change it all up. And probably what I want to do is I'm going to come on in here and make this one a little bit smaller. So check this out. If I come on over to the left column, and if I make the width smaller overall, I can go in just a little bit more. And now look, I have the space for that to fit back in. Again, when we add the padding, it ends up growing. So okay, that's not so bad. That's fine by me. I'll leave this as it is, and I could actually maybe even add a tiny little bit more padding. Why not? Let's do it. So I'm going to come to the left column, and if I come on in here, actually I like doing it through the rule. So I'm going to click on into here, edit rule, box. Let's up the padding to, actually instead, let's do the padding at the top. Let's put that to 20. I'm going to hit apply. All right, good. There we have it. I'm going to leave it like that. Now, I also want to change the type color. So I'm going to come to type, and I'm going to choose color, and I can come on up in here, grab my eyedropper. I can click. Okay. All right, so there we have it. Kind of subtle, doesn't look so different. I'm going to do the same into here, and I'm going to click onto my right column. I'm sorry, my left column. And I want to edit this rule. And I'm going to change this font color. Okay, so sometimes too, in order to access and change this rule, feels like sometimes when it gets tricky, I'm going to show you another way to do this. I can come on in, I can see the right column and the color of the font size. The color of the font is right here. So I'm going to go on in, I'm going to come edit, copy, and I'm going to come to the left column, and I'm going to hit edit, return, file, save all, I'm going to come on back, and there we have it. So we've changed the font size, the font color, and if I wanted to add a drop shadow to this, I could do that as well. One thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go on in to here, and I'm going to grab the box shadow. I'm going to come edit, copy, and I am going to come to my right column. I'm going to paste this all in, file, save all, come back to the index, and there we have it. So I'm going to take a quick preview, see what this looks like, and I can totally work with changing this size too. Sometimes I want to zoom in and take a little bit of a closer look. So if I come to my right column, I want to definitely lessen the height. I'll bring this up a little bit more, and I could actually add, I would like to add a margin from the right side. So, but I could also come into the main content and maybe even make the width a little bit bigger first, and then I'm going to come on in and come to the right column, and I want to add a margin from the right. So here goes, margin from the right. Let's go a little bit higher. Excellent. That's better already. All right, wonderful. So we can kind of get the sense now too, how I would go about adding more content under here. And I'll take a look at that, adding a little bit more content, and then working with our footer in the next video. Thanks so much.